Thank Kissy Kiss. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. How are you doing today? You're living for this poncho. I love it. It's really great. My hair is gorgeous. Thank you so much. Do you like compliments like that? I do. Okay. What do I do for work? I run an online prayer service on TikTok Live. And I share my mornings with a community of really lovely people, and we say words together. Would you like to say some words with me? Let's warm up our voices. So to get started, I like to pay attention to my pelvis and the angle that my pelvis is on my cushion. Right, and I want to angle it forward so that my spine can emerge out from it straight and tall. Then I can bring my shoulders back, straighten my neck. And then I will take a deep breath in. Would you like to join me? And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to make a tone. Those farm sounds are very appropriate. Thank you very much. And we're going to tone with them. Careful. You have snake. Yes, indeed. I will be careful. Good morning, Rain. Inhale. Exhale with a tone. Any tone. Did you hear how my voice was breaking up there? That's why this is warm up. I try to condition my muscles in that area to be consistent. And sometimes when I'm just waking up, they're not. So I make these tones and I find out the areas of instability and I focus on them. That's better. That's much better. No, but you can be muted. My mods will mute you now. So let's go a little bit higher. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Can anyone answer that question? What are we doing here? We're doing vocal warm-up to prepare for prayer. That's what we're doing. Alright, let's do a few more tones. Maybe we'll split the difference between the first and the second. I'm very weak there. That's at the top edge of my range in M1. Let me try that again. There we go. Hey, Cat Calibri, how are you? How are you doing this morning? Alright, that feels pretty good. What are we doing? We are going to start to pray. That's what we are doing. We will start with the book of Deuteronomy. Very famous words in Judaism. The first word is Shema. Listen. Shema Yisrael, Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Listen, Israel, listen, you who struggles with God. Yahweh Eloheinu Asher are one. All are one. The serpent eats its tail. Thank you for those lovely roses. I really appreciate it. All is one. What does that mean? What does that mean? Truly, I'm curious. I like audience participation. What does it mean for all to be one? Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad, all is one. What on earth could that mean? How long have I been doing this? I have been saying these words every morning for 7 years. Because that's what they mean. The serpent eats its tail, yes, indeed. I've been saying these words every morning for 7 years, like a serpent that eats its tail. And here's why. The words that come next sound like this. ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. What does it mean? What does it mean? V'ahavta, and you shall love. V'ahavta, and you shall love. And you shall love Yahweh Eloheinu, those gods which are one, those two separate gods which are one. And you shall love Yahweh Eloheinu with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words, which words? These words that I am charging to you today, these words that are coming out of my mouth, that are going through my telephone, into your telephone, through light, through signals made of light, and then out of your telephone as more light into your mind, into your body, and they enter you, and they will change you. And how will they change you? Well, the way they want to change you is that they want to convince you to repeat them. And they may convince you, they may not, but that is the meme. That is the meme. The words say, copy me. They say, teach these words to your children. They say them when you wake up, and say them when you go to bed, and say them when you are away, and say them when you are at home. Bind them as a symbol on your hand, and let them serve as a sign on your forehead, and attach them to the doorposts of your houses and on your gates. Mezuzot. Right? So the words want you to copy them, and so I copy them, because that is the essence of a religion, right? There is a living tradition of saying these words. Someone in the world, somewhere, has been saying these words constantly for the last 2,500 years. Somewhere in the world, right now, someone is saying these words who is not me. Someone at the Western Wall in Jerusalem, or at a synagogue in New York City, or in Toronto. Everywhere and nowhere, someone is saying these words. So here we are, saying these words together. And what comes next? So what is the setting? What is the setting of these words? Well, so we're in the book of Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy catalogs the passage of the people of Israel through the desert to reach the land of Israel. Eretz Mitzrayim, Mibet Avadim. Oh, that's the house of bondage. Moses is standing on a rock, and he's talking to them. Do I have a job? Yes, this is my job. My job is to say these prayers with you. And it's my job every day to say these prayers with you. So Moses is standing on a rock, and he's talking to his people, and they're lost, and they're afraid, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know who they are, and they're homeless, looking for a home. And Moses says, okay, v'chaya, ki v'chayo Elohecha el ha'arz asher nizbai lavotecha le'avram li'Yitzchak u'Yaakov לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת, ובארות עצובים אשר לא הסדת, כערים וזיתים אשר לא נטעת, והלכת ושבת. ישמר לך פן תשכח את יהוה אשר תשכח מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. When Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. What do these words mean? And why do they immediately come after the words that say, copy me? Right, so this prayer has three parts. The first is the Shema. The Shema says, hey, listen, all is one. The serpent eats its tail, and all is one. He is risen. Yes, death and life are intertwined. That is what the first prayer says. How do you unpack all of that? How do you know that those 6 words contain all of that paradox and meaning? Well, because you repeat the words, right? You repeat the words every day. But where do you repeat the words? Under what context? Under what pretext? What gives the words a sense of time and space? Well, when you go into the land that Yahweh swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you, great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. So remember that you live on stolen land, the prayer says. That's what it says. Remember that you live on stolen land, and when you're taken into a place that you will call home, a beautiful place, remember that you did not build those cities. You did not fill those houses with good things. And when you drink water from a cistern, remember that it's a stolen water, and that the olives and the grapes are stolen food. I live on Oneida territory. I'd love to know whose land you live on. Whose land? Do you know? The land you live on was stolen. You know that, right? Whose land was it? When was it stolen? What were the conditions of the theft? This is what this prayer asks us to know. You live on Nisaean land. God's land. Not stolen, conquered. So what is the difference between stolen and conquered? What is the difference? Sure, we could say that the Israelites conquered Canaan. They conquered the city of Jericho. They ripped down its walls, and they killed everyone inside it. Yes, they conquered it. Sure. That's not theft. Theft is when they don't notice. What's the difference between thieving and conflict? The difference is violence. Stolen is taken, conquered is fought for. Okay, sure. Am I talking about the land that we stole from the Native Americans? Yes. Or maybe we conquered it from the Native Americans. I still don't know if that... Of course there's violence. Of course there's violence. Yes. The land was taken violently. Either way, it's not ours. Right. You bought your house from an Italian guy. All land is taken by someone. It was conquered, just like all the lands before it. I'm glad some of you understand. If it's not ours, who is it? If it's not ours, who is it? Yes, I think that's the point. This is our land. I live here. Even though the cistern I did not hew, and even though the vineyards I did not plant, I live here. It's mine. I don't contest the ownership. I just want to know the history. It's mine. Simply because it was stolen does not make it not mine. So it goes. Alright, let's change the topic, shall we? Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo ashani isha. I repeat the name of Yahweh Eloheinu, who did not make me a woman. Baruch atah Asherah, Anan melech haolam, asher yitzar et ha'adam bechachama uvara ve'or. I repeat the name of Asherah Anat, who made me with many openings and cavities. Is this Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil is a tree. This is Yggdrasil, yes. And this is the serpent, which wraps around it. Yes. Y'all are listening. Y'all are watching. Y'all are listening. Y'all are watching. Thank you. My gender identity is gendered. Yes, I identify with a gender. Was that Hebrew? Yes. Yes, that was Hebrew. These are two prayers that are said frequently. Thank you, Yahweh, for not making me a woman. I did that. Thank you, Asherah, for making me with many openings and cavities. Thanks. This is Asherah. Asherah was Yahweh's wife in a time. Let me show you this image. This is an image from Kunlet Arjud. It's an archaeological site. And the inscription above the two gods reads, Yahweh of Samaria and his Asherah. Right there. So this is a jar. It was found in the Sinai Peninsula, dated to about 3,000 years ago. And so we know at this time there were peoples living in this region who were polytheists. And they worshipped Yahweh, the God of the Hebrews, and they also worshipped other gods, like Asherah, and Baal, and El. And so when Moses says, Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad, listen, Yahweh and El are one, this is what he's responding to. He's responding to a people who come from a place where they worship multiple gods, and they hold these characters in their psyches as they live their lives. Gods have a profound impact on how they see the world, and the claim is, hey, they're all one. But they have differences, right? Like, I thank Yahweh for not making me a woman, but I thank Asherah for giving me openings and cavities, right? The gods have different genders. It's very clear. The gods have different genders. And the gender of Yahweh was not lost when Asherah was banished, right? Yahweh is still referred to as he in all the Abrahamic traditions. So if the one God is to have a quality like he, then don't you think there needs to be a little bit of balance, right? Asking me, answer me, is not a very good way to get you to answer me. Remy. Okay, Remy. You're on thin ice with that. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Thank you. All right, I believe you. So, all right, Remy. Just don't get too overeager. Typing so fast you can't check your language. Let's do some Sanskrit. Remy, you know Hebrew, yeah? You said some things to me the other day that indicated that you're quite familiar with the Hebrew portion of this service, yeah? What is mycology? Mycology is the study of mushrooms. Thank you, I'm glad you like my voice. A bit. What was your religious background? So we're gonna start doing... Oh, no, I know what we're going to do next. Catholic. Girl, you were Catholic. You're trying to learn Hebrew, but you're not very good, so you mainly pray in English. Me too. I'm not very good at Hebrew either. I mainly pray in English. Good morning, Eva. How are you? What I want to do now is not Sanskrit. I want to do a prayer about the Babylonian exile and about the Ouroboros. Jewish Catholic, your mom converted to Judaism. What kind of Judaism? Where am I right now? I'm in my studio. I'm glad you like my dumpster diving videos. Thank you. Alright. Here's a song. Here's a song about self-fulfilling trauma and reciprocal creation. I came upon a wedding that old families had contrived, with Bethlehem the bridegroom and Babylon the bride. Oh, great Babylon was trembling, and she stood there naked with me, and Bethlehem inflamed us both like the shy one at some orgy. And when we fell together, all our flesh was like a veil that we had to draw aside to see the serpent eat its tail. Oh, some women wait for Jesus, and some we wait for Cain. So I'll hang upon my altar, and I'll hoist my axe again, and I'll take the one who finds me back to where it all began, back when Jesus was the honeymoon, and Cain was just a man. And we'll read from pleasant Bibles that are bound in blood and skin, that Asherah is gathering all her children back again. We'll pray with Bibles bound with blood and skin. What's going on here? New morning prayers. So that was a prayer about how we are created by the things which destroy us. Babylon came to Jerusalem and destroyed it, but the song imagines that destruction as a wedding, or a kind of orgy, where a serpent is eating its tail. And it gives us a Bible bound in blood and skin. Asherah was a cannibal, you see. She ate her young. This is my day job. Every day I get to wake up and say these prayers with you all. Isn't it remarkable that such a thing could exist? What an incredible privilege. I'm going to have a meeting soon with all of my moderators and other people who have become quite dedicated to this community about how we can make it better. I want to start doing more regular programming on the Discord, and in order to do that, it's going to take a bit of organizing and a bit of input from all of you. I need to know what kind of things you want to see. We need to change the server architecture to make it a more inviting place and a more collaborative place. And we're going to run a Patreon and use it to make the space better. Pay folks for doing good work. So if you're interested in that, do join my server and let me know. And we can continue to chat. I'm going to be organizing a meeting about that soon. Alright. So, now we're going to switch to Sanskrit. The palm of my hand. Here it is. Is this my real voice? What would my real voice be? What's my day job? My day job is to run a community on TikTok. I'm a community organizer, and I am a video maker. This is my job. Did I go to film school? No, I went to mycology school. I teach about mushrooms. You hit me at the right time. And every day I soothe your baby to sleep. Wow. Am I a boy or a girl? Yes. Y'all are cute. So, I spent a lot of time in my early life, maybe not that much time, I spent a certain amount of time in my early life studying at the Shivananda Yoga Center. It's an ashram in the mountains of New York. And I learned some prayers there that I would like to share with you. One of them goes like this. Gajananam Bhutakanati Sevitam Kapita Jambupala Sarabakshitam Umasutam Sakavinasakarnam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Sadananam Kunkumaraktavarnam Mahamatim Divya Mayuravahanam Ridasyasinam Sarasainanatam Guham Sadanam Saranam Prapadye Yaku Hendutu Saraharatavala Yasipravasvarita Yavina Varanda Manditakara Yasveta Padmasana Yabrahmachuta Sankara Patrapi Devasata Puji Samampatu Saraswati Bhagavati Nisajadyapaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nisparanchaya Santaya Shishivanandaya Te Namaha Shivishnudevanandaya Te Namaha Om Sarva Mangla Manglaye Shive Sarta Sadike Saranye Chayambake Gauri Narayani Narostute Narayani Namostute Om I salute the three-eyed Divine Mother Narayani, who brings auspiciousness and fulfills the desires of the devotee. So, Remy, did you go both to synagogue and church when you were younger? Did you go to both kinds of religious establishments? If your parents were both? What is it with white women colonizing Hinduism always? So am I colonizing Hinduism? Am I? That is a legitimate question. What do you all think? Am I colonizing Hinduism? Am I appropriating this tradition? Well, I am profiting from it, right? I am building a career for myself on the internet by using these words, by using Sanskrit words. I am profiting. Am I hurting anyone by using these words? Harder to say. But I learned them at an American center that teaches them, right? And it's a very cosmopolitan center. There are people of all races and ethnicities that study there. And the structure of the teachings is designed to appeal to a multicultural congregation, right? They know where they are. They're in the mountains of New York. They're in New York City. They're in Montreal. They're also in India, right? There are centers all over the world, and they are trying to reach a global audience. And yes, they taught these words to me, a white woman. So am I colonizing them? No, I went there, I paid them. They taught me. So is it appropriative to say these words when they are not from the culture which is mine? Maybe, depending on how you define cultural appropriation. Is it wrong for me to do this? Maybe, depending on your framework for right and wrong. But I don't think it's wrong. I think that I come to this tradition honestly, and with a lot of forethought and respect. And I try to educate people about what I know. So, it's up to you. You can decide what you think. You want to be my friend? Well, you can be my parasocial friend. Recognize that friendship on this platform is different than friendship in real life. But we can have a kind of friendship. Yes, a parasocial friendship. That's possible. Alright. Let's now recite the Maharityunjaya mantra. Maharityunjaya mantra. Yes, you can be my parasocial friend too. Triambakam yajamahe sigandim pusche vardhanam Orvar kami bhavandanan mrityar mukshiyam amritatom Triambakam yajamahe sigandim pusche vardhanam Orvar kami bhavandanan mrityar Mukshiyam amritatom Sarvesham svastir bhavatu sarvesham Shantir bhavatu sarvesham Purnam bhavatu sarvesham Mangalam bhavatu Sarve bhavantu sukhina Sarve santu niramaya Sarve bhadrani pashantu Makashit dukhabhag bhave Asatoma sadgamaya Tamasoma jyotirgamaya Mrityur mamritam gamaya Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate Om Shanti 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 Om peace, peace, peace. Remy, you're not a mod. I'm so sorry. I just saw you in the chat and I thought I had made you a mod, but I was incorrect. Moderators. Let me add you as a moderator. Okay. Alright. Now you're a moderator. Great. I hope everyone's having a good morning too. Thank you, Remy. I'm glad you're here. So now, let's do a prayer about prayer. I do say these words every morning, for whoever in the chat asked that a moment ago. Calling a foreign language demonic is racist. Yeah, it is. My song in English from earlier, are the lyrics written everywhere? Yes. So that was from a song called Last Year's Man by Leonard Cohen. Last Year's Man by Leonard Cohen. And I'm going to sing another song in English now. This one by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. It's called I Don't Want to Pray. Do I have a time that I go live? I go live around now every day, say 9:30. And I announce it on my Discord server. So if you want to get notified when live streams are happening, you can join my Discord server and you'll get notified. I'm going to be starting to do a lot more organizing on my Discord server. We're going to have a meeting soon, sometime in the next couple of weeks, with moderators and people interested in doing more community organizing. We're going to start building some more legitimate structures and building stronger relationships with one another. So if you're interested in helping this community grow, in, doing programming on Discord, running events, this sort of thing, then you can come to that meeting. I don't have a time or date yet, but if you ask me about it, we can chat about it. I'm about to start my next semester of school, so I'm going to be putting my work schedule together, and as soon as that's together, I'll know how much time I can devote to the Discord, and we will have a nice community organizer meeting. So join that and stay tuned, and that meeting will be coming up. Miyu, please have some insight into this channel. Any mods, please fill me in. What are you wondering about this channel? What are you wondering? Istris, you're down. I'm sure you would be. Okay. So, what am I trying to achieve? Well, I'm trying not to be a prayer, but a prayer. transmute myself into light, become pure energy. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. What kind of prayers we're doing and who we are. All right, so we're going to sing an American prayer by a modern folk pop group. I don't know how to characterize their genre. They're called Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. And they have a song about prayer, and I think it's great. And as I am singing it, I would love to know what prayer means to you and why you're here. I can't actually answer that question. What kind of prayer? Why are you doing? Like, this is a collective question. I I can't actually answer. I can only answer it for myself, not for all of us here. But the prayer is a collective activity. So, do I consider myself certain religion? I'm ethnically Jewish, but I study many things. My spiritual orientation is religious. Right? I don't want to pray to my maker, no. I just want to be feeling free. Not just who I am, but the pink and golden land and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun, hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. And it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins. And I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon, God and Mom. What I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. I love Allah, Allah made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good. And Anat, Anat made bad. Eloheinu made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made. What do you think? Did these gods make? What do you think? Why are we here? I don't want to pray to my maker. No. I just want to be what I see. Not like in a book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. Hashem. Pardon, God and Mom. What I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. I love Allah, Allah made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher made good. And Anat, Anat made bad. Eloheinu made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made. But God made me. It's a lie, though. Right? None of those gods exist. I made me. What does that even mean in English? So, good morning, follow the spiders. What does that mean in English? Well, so those god names. Asherah, Anat, Eloheinu, Yahweh. Right, I showed you what they look like. Here are 3 of them. These are old gods. And there are stories about how these gods made us. There are also more modern stories about gods making in a more abstract way, right? And even more modern stories that says, oh, no, none of those gods exist. They're all stories, right? And how do we actually get made? Well, we make ourselves. We make ourselves. Or you all are making this, right? Together, we're making this space. We're making this space together. We made us. Thank you. I'm glad you like the tree drawing behind me. Someone earlier was asking me if it was Yggdrasil. I thought that was very observant. A couple more for you today. You don't know me, but after watching my TikTok, you can tell I'm a very peaceful person. Thank you. I really like that. I appreciate very much that you acknowledge that you don't know me. A lot of people think that they do. Some people do know me. The people who listen carefully can get to know me. I do give you enough information about myself to know who I am, but actually what you're getting to know is an image, right? It's not actually me. It's a version of me. It's the version of me that I want to be. And that's cool. You will give me this incredible opportunity to become the person that I want to be. Am I a guru? No. But I want to be something similar to that. And maybe by the end of my life I will be. We'll see. I'm glad you're here, Mendes. I'm glad you're here. So we're going to conclude with a prayer called Arati. Actually, Great Blue Ape, I think I would prefer if you didn't call me a guru. Like, that word is very loaded, and I know I just said a moment ago, like, hey, I'd like to be a guru, but, like, not really. I would never use that term for myself, and I never will. I like the social role, right? Being a teacher, being admired for having spiritual insight, but, like, it's actually not a role that ought to be admired. It needs to be a very humble role, and so ambition is a tricky thing. So to say, I want to be a guru, it's a little bit like a serpent eating its tail. It's not something you can want to have, even though I do want to have it. But in any case, please don't call me a guru. You can call me a teacher. Fellow seeker, yeah. Right, I want to help bring a community together, but I'm not going to be its leader. It's not how it will work. Communities with leaders have challenges. Communities without leaders have challenges too. But it's a tricky balance. Delicate territory. But I like that, Ishtaris. Fellow seeker. That's good. So we're going to conclude with Arati. The word Arati means flame in Sanskrit, or light. And the refrain of this prayer, Jaya Jayarati. We wave the light of victory. We wave the flame. It goes like this. The first verse is to Ganesha. Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, who was killed and was reborn, like so many other gods. Jaya Jayarati Vina Vinayaka. Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha. Jaya Jayarati Subramanya. Subramanya Kartikeya. Jaya Jayarati Venugopala. Venugopala Venuola. Papa Vidura Navanita Chora. Jaya Jayarati Venkanta Ramana. Venkanta Ramana Sankatarana. Sita Rama Radhe Shama. Jaya Jayarati Gauri Manohara. Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara. Sambasada Shiva Uma Maheshwara. Jaya Jayarati Raja Rajeshwari. Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari. Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati. Mahakali Mahashakti. Jaya Jayarati Anjaneya. Anjaneya Hanumanta. Jaya Jayarati Dattajaya. Dattajaya Trimutriyavatara. Jaya Jayarati Adityaya. Adityaya Bhaskaraya. Jaya Jayarati Sanistaraya. Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya. Jaya Jayarati Sankarachaya. Sankarachaya Advaita Gurave. Jaya Jayarati Sadgurunata. Sadgurunata Shivananda. Jaya Jayarati Vishnu Devananda. Vishnu Devananda. Vishnu Devananda. Jaya Jayarati Agastya Munaye. Agastya Munaye Shriyama Priyaye. Jaya Jayarati Ayapa Samine. Ayapa Samine Dharma Shastave. Jaya Jayarati Jesus Gurave. Moses Gurave. Buddha Gurave. Jaya Jayarati Muhammad Gurave. Guru Nanak Gurave. Samastya Guru Bho Namaha. Jaya Jayarati Venugopala. Om Tatra Suyobati Natanjakaratam Navidyobati Kutayamagi Tamivantam Navandisayam Tasyabasa Samidam Divanti Om Yange Karamane Kaiva Govari Saraswati Namate Satikaveriya Namastitam namo namaha. Tvameva mata, chapita tvameva, tvameva bandisha saka tvameva, tvameva vidya, javinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, kayena vacha, manasendriyarva, buddhyatmanava prakrite sabhavam, karomi yad, mangalam parasmahi, narayana hiti sarmarpayami. Sarvadamam pravichaya mamikam saranam vrija aham sva sarvapapayo mokshayami masucha. Neither the sun shines there, nor the moon, the stars, nor lightning. So from where does its light come? When that shines, all else shines after that. By its light, everything else is lit. Sarvadamam pravichaya mamikam saranam vrija aham sva sarvapapayo mokshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these I dedicate to you, to all of you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. To the person in the chat who told me that they always thought that the snake was associated with the devil and evil. Yes, that is our inheritance from the Abrahamic tradition, specifically from the modern American Christian tradition. That is the moral and symbolic coding of the snake. But if we look into the past, we can find other stories about snakes, right? Such as Tiresias striking 2 snakes to become a woman, or Moses putting a snake on a pole to save people's lives, right? There are snake goddesses from very ancient times. Here, let me show you another snake goddess. Where is she? Here she is. This is Kadesh. You can see in her left hand she's holding a snake. She rides upon a lion, and there are 2 gods flanking her, one with an erect penis. So she was quite a goddess, right? Snake goddess. So when the snake was villainized, around 2,500 years ago, when the story became one of temptation and evil, other aspects of the goddess were forgotten. And we can reach back into our people's history, and we can learn about those other aspects. And when we look back, Kali, yes, Kali, who consumes the world, right? Who is associated with the snake. We can look back and we can see an earlier image of a goddess. And she can be frightening sometimes, right? Kali is shown blood dripping from her tongue, a wreath of heads around her neck. But she's not the same thing as pure evil. Despite that horror, she is not pure evil. She is the ambivalence of death, the great equalizer, not evil. So the serpent has a long and varied history, and I like to try to remember that history today. So we're going to say a prayer to this goddess, Kaddish. In Hebrew, the word kadosh means holy, and it comes from a very ancient Semitic root, ketesh, here. Right? And there was a city on the Syrian coast, Kadesh. I don't know how to pronounce any of these things. And when Hosea was prophesying the destruction of his city, Babylon, remember we said that prayer earlier, I came upon a wedding that old families had contrived with Bethlehem the bridegroom and Babylon the bride. Great Babylon was trembling, and she stood there naked with me. And Bethlehem inflamed us both like the shy one at some orgy, and when we fell together, our flesh was like a veil that we had to draw aside to see the serpent eat its tail. So Isaiah is at the throne of God, watching this orgy unfold like a serpent eating its tail, Babylon and Bethlehem fusing, consuming one another. That was death, and also new birth. and the angels at the throne of God chanting, Kadosh, 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 holy, holy, holy. And from that time till this, my ancestors have been saying the following words in response to death. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah. Bialma divrach yute v'yamlich mal chute b'chayachon v'yamechon v'chayede kol beit Yisrael b'agalau v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mivarach li'olam olmei olmaya yitbrach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesh ha'baruchu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechmata diamiran bialma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlamai Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav uya aseh shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav Yaseh shalom aleinu v'yalechol Yisrael v'yimru v'yimru. Amen. Thank you all so much for joining me today to say these words together. It means a great deal. TikTok likes it. If you like the video, that's a thing they remind me to tell you every day. So if you liked doing this prayers, do give me some likes. That would be nice. And stick around, and we're gonna have breakfast together. My rice is ready. So we're gonna have some breakfast. And if you'd like, we can talk about some of the community organizing work I have in mind. Again, like, this space isn't really the best venue for like actually doing an organizing meeting because it's so chaotic with so many comments. But I do want to start sort of explaining some of the bigger picture of my thinking to you all. So I want to be doing more community organizing. I want to give you all more chances to participate in more diverse ways. Organizing this mod team has been really incredible experience, and it's been so great to see how you all want to show up and make this space what it has become. And I can see it becoming so much more, but I will need your help. So we're gonna start a conversation about that. And it's going to be a long conversation. It's going to take several weeks to build a shared reality together about what it is that we are building. But I'm happy to talk a little bit about it now, or we can talk about it later. I'm going to go get some rice. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Woo! Okay, let's turn this around. Can we start a conversation about my hair? What do you want to know about my hair? Okay. Hey, look. There's me in a screen, just like an Ouroboros. Wow. Whoa. Serpent inside itself. Wow. Alright. Obligatory. I have to show you this image every day. Because it is the way the world is built. The core of the world is in this image. Right here. It's a metaphor for all of it.